Well, you know what? Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Question for everybody here at the panel. Okay. Do you think there is propaganda going of people being anti-Israel? Do you think propaganda is taking place right now to be pro-war? Do you think there's actual money being spent right now on propaganda, whether it's AIPAC, Qatar, different people that are putting up there? Do you think people are being paid to spew propaganda today?
Yes.
1,000%.
Do you think they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody.
Do you think so? Okay, so then let me ask you
On
this
every
question.
side.
Do you think any of it has worked on you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would be. Yeah. I mean, anybody who says no.
Everybody's
is
swayed a
liar.
certain way by stuff that they see and they read.
Yeah,
and
So then what do you do so it doesn't get a hold of you?
Facts. Facts don't care about if you are going for facts, actual facts, then you're going to get swayed either way. If you watch Fox, you're going to have this point of view. If you watch CNN, you're going to have this point of view. If you're just out there trying to get the truth, I think the truth stands on its own merit. You don't have to go, well, I'm kind of swayed. Show me the facts, and then I'll make a decision. Does that make sense?
I don't think that's it. I don't think
You don't think facts?
No, because even facts can be,
But a fact is the truth is the truth.
No, it is, but it's not like if I give you data right now and I tell you, from even the other day, guy responds, from 1941 to 77, how many people died in the Middle East because of wars?
So what year?
So it's very simple. Go to ChatGPT, Rob, ask this question. From 41, when the Shah was president, to 77, okay, till 77. This video I posted, retweeted because of Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman retweeted this video, something we talked about on the podcast a couple of days ago. It was posted on this other parody account, and it got 10 million views, but it also got a lot of hate and commentary on it. I can't believe you said this. I can't believe you said that. It's one of the videos. Rob, is that the one?
I believe so. 9.1 million views.
Yeah, so this one right here, right? Which is the not PBD account, but it's from our podcast. So the video is not an AI video, but it's a video from us. So go back to ChatGPT, Rob, and ask the question from 41 to 77, how many wars were started by Iran, Israel, and then ask the question, how many people died in the Middle East during that time? And what is 41 to 1977? How long is that, Vinny?
30 years.
30 what? 30 to be exact.
36.
So what we're going to do is we're going to measure 36 to 36. Pre-Shah, post-Shah.
Okay.
Okay? So Israel, wars and conflict wars, Israel was involved in. Arab-Israel war, war of independence. Death toll, 15 to 20,000. 6,000 Israelis, 9 to 15,000 as Arabs. Suez crisis. Israel, UK, France, 3,000 total. Egyptians, Israelis, British, French. The Six-Day War, 1967, 20,000 Arabs, 800 Israelis. The Yom Kippur War, 8 to 19,000 combined, 2,600, 2,000 Israelis. Iran did not start any major wars. None under Pahlavi. Iran was involved in some border skirmishes, but no declared wars. That's my point. I don't care what Israel does. Iran is my main point of common denominator here. Vinny, this is how many people they started wars with. Iran. Okay? 36 years. And by the way, all of these wars that Israel started, yes, they get credit for starting wars.
Well, I wouldn't say started.
Hang on a
were
second.
attacks.
Some attacks. But what I'm trying to say to you is, yes, some of them was instigated by Israel. Okay? But what do you see with Iran during that time? What does it unequivocally say?
Iran did not start any major wars
During this period. The only thing they did is what? Protect their border.
Yep.
That's how many years? That's when the Shah was under leadership.
36.
Now, do me a favor. What's 36 plus 77? What's 36 plus 77? So you got 23, 2013, I think.
13.
Okay. So if you go to, now do the same thing and type in the same exact thing, except change it, 78 to 2013. This is data. You said you like facts, right? That's how to not fall for propaganda.
Of course.
Let's do it. I don't know what it's going to say, by the way. So,
I mean, just
wars
Iraq
and
war was
campaigns.
1 million.
Watch this. 82, Lebanon War, first Lebanon War, Israel invaded Lebanon, blah, 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 PLO, 15 to 20,000. Gaza wars, 1,400 Palestinians, 160 Palestinians. So you got two of them right there that Israel started. Iran, ready? Iran was a major city in proxy wars. Iran-Iraq, 1980-88. 500,000 to 1 million. Support to Hezbollah. Okay? Then you got post-2003 Iran conflict. Death toll. What's the total count there? Go a little bit lower. What are you looking at there? Estimated death toll, 825 to 1.6 million. Who's the common denominator? Is it still, you're still going to, what is it? I thought like Iran is a peaceful regime.
I never said.
Vinny, but what I'm trying to say is if we know that the common denominator that gets people to shake and shiver is one country. It's only Israel. And I don't blame you. I get it like something like even when people have TDS, you know what I say? I get it because Trump is a little bit what? What's Trump?
Chaotic.
Is Trump cocky?
Yeah.
100%.
Is he super confident?
Yes.
Is he a guy that'll call your ass out nonstop?
Yes.
Does he give a shit whether your name is, you're an ally, you're this, you're that? He does that nonstop, right? Okay. Guess what? Does Israelis think a little bit highly of themselves?
Yes.
Do they think they're better than you?
Yes.
Do they sometimes give you the vibe that their shit don't stink? Yes or no?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. And how do we feel about people like that?
We don't like them.
I never liked them when I was in high school, people like that. I didn't get along with people like that. I'm a 1.8 GPA guy in school. I'm a regular guy that came up in school. So I understand both deranged syndromes. But you said facts are facts. Those are facts for you. Pre-78, the Middle East was at peace for the most part. Post-chaos. What is the common denominator? The Hezbollahs, the Mullahs, Khamenei, Rafsanjani, all of those guys cause chaos. And they don't want to do business with you. They don't want to do business with capitalism and all these other guys. They don't. So this is the part when I say, has propaganda ever gotten a hold of you? Like, hey, I know for a fact these guys are Zionists funded by the XYZ. You guys know. By the way, to all the people that say we're funded by Zionists, how many sponsorships do you see we do? Tell me. Go ahead, I'll wait. How many NFT sponsorships did we do? You don't think we were offered millions of dollars? The other day, my sponsorship guy back in the days, who we moved on with, texted me. He said, Pat, I still tell people how much you ate sponsorship money. How much sponsorship money have we taken, Vinny?
0.
Who controls us for us to be able to say what we want to say?
Nobody. We say what we want when we want.
We talk openly about it.
Yep.
So, you guys have Jewish money, Israeli money, Zionist money, whatever, Qatar money, Russian money. You never heard our names in any one of those things. None of it. You heard none of it. And by the way, I can't believe you're selling merch. I can't believe you're doing this. That's our way of saying, if you support what we do, it's our way of saying we don't want sponsorship money because we want to be able to talk openly. Does this mean eventually we'll do some sponsorship with some companies? Yes. But it's going to be stuff that we want. It's going to be stuff that we like. Stefano Ricci, we believe in the brand. I've been buying it for many years. I'm at their house, having dinner with their family. I spend the night. We have a relationship. We're there in Italy. There's something going on. There is a relationship. Because to me, it has to be a relationship that you're talking on something that you're using. But we're living in a time that propaganda is just, I'm getting the messages that I get. You know, if I say something about Israeli people, you know what they'll say? They'll send me, watch this, do this, watch that, watch this. You know, you're this. And they'll say stuff like, oh, this is MLM, insurance MLM, this. That's what they'll say. But do you know if I say anything about Iran and Islam and Muslim, what do I get?
Death threats.
Do you know how many death threats I got about my family and my kids in the last week? That's the difference in the character. That's the difference in their character on how it is. And I'm by the way, you ain't never going to win me over there because I watch behavior. Your behavior is death threats, tells you what you're all about. The other behavior is you want to hurt my business. Both of them are hurting, but one's to kill you, the other one's to kill your business. I have a problem with both, but guess what? There's a very obvious window and a line there. Yeah, and by the way, again, I understand a lot of people, oh, God, you know, he's such a this, he's such a that, he's such a this. Nope, I don't fear any man. I don't care if you're Scientology, Christian, Muslim, Islam, 7-day, what. I'll talk to anybody and I'll break bread with you and I'll enjoy it, no matter what time of the day it is. We have God on our sides. Every day when we're walking, I don't let fear get a hold of me. The man upstairs made such major miracles happen in the world since day one. I rely on that. That's where my confidence comes from. So all those messages doesn't do anything to me. But we're at a point right now that we have to, all of us, ask ourselves, what propaganda has gotten a hold of you? Which one? Which one got a hold of you? And none of us want to tell the truth.
Yeah.
But it's getting a hold of all of us. And we have to kind of step back and say, whoa, mom and dad get a divorce. Each family side is selling me propaganda. You know your dad is really this, right? You know your mom is really this, right? I'm like, look, we're going to find that in 20 years who's right. 20 years later, we found out who was right.
My dad's family did a lot when my parents got divorced when I was 6.
So Patrick, just really fast. I know you want to move on to another story. So what would be the best case scenario? Meaning, we go in with Israel, we attack, we kill the leadership. How would we? I'm genuinely curious. How would it look? Because if you take them all out, then what happens? Does somebody else take Khomeiни's?
Now you're talking, Vinny.
Yeah, there we go.
And that's my concern.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
The problem.
That he gets replaced with another one like him.
We don't have somebody right now.
Yeah.
Reza Pahlavi, nice man, the prince. Now, we've had him on 2 times.
Yep.
He told me straight up he doesn't want to go back. And now you want to go back? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going to go back. Do I think he can play a role like a, what do you call it, a advisor, something like that? Yes. But somebody needs to be vocal. I got the weirdest call Saturday morning. It's so funny, like all this stuff is going on. On Father's Day, my dad gives me the weirdest gift.
What's that?
One of my dad's biggest fear was when we came here, what was going to happen with my mother? If my mother was going to take me back to Iran. Do you know on Father's Day, my dad gives me my Iranian passport?
What? He had that?
He gifts me my Iranian passport.
Wow.
Yeah, from 1986. This is me.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
That's crazy. Did you know he had it?
Yeah. No, I had no clue.
That's crazy.
He's never told me this.
Wow.
And he somehow got a hold of this passport just so I could never go back to Iran. Because I needed this to go back to Iran. He got this just so I couldn't go to Iran. And then I joined the army. He wanted me to get the hell out of LA.
Wow, Gabriel.
Crazy, right? When you hear these stories. But to me, my concern there is, Vinny, there isn't anybody we can get behind. Like at least in America, when shit hit the fan, Trump. Okay, great. There's somebody.
Yep.
Okay, great. You know, there's Milei.
Yeah.
Okay, great. There's Bukele.
There's an
Okay,
alternative.
great.
There's no alternative right now.
Who is it?
Yeah.
Sucks. That's
This is a sweet man right here.
Yep.
Is he a strong enough man to go up against them? I don't know. Because the job of the person to be able to do that is going to take brass. You have to understand games, deception, wars.
Fear
you
of
have to
your life.
understand all of that stuff, and
Jeez.
you still got to want to do it. It's a big job. It's not a small job. So I want to give you the last word, and then we'll go to the next story.
Yeah, I don't understand, and you would know better than me. I don't understand why people are saying, well, if we do regime change, who's going to be next? If we do regime change, who's going to be next? Why don't we worry about that when we change the regime? Because I'm very convinced of one thing.
It's not how it works.
Hold on. Let me tell you how it does work. Because you saw what happened in Syria. They took down Assad. Now you have an ex-ISIS leader running the country. He's dressed up in a suit. They put lipstick on a pig.
Who put him there?
Meeting with Trump. Meeting with MBS. He's doing a pretty good job, apparently. Now, when you do regime change, I'm pretty sure we changed Hitler to a democratic leader. That worked out okay. I'm pretty sure that we changed Imperial Japan into a democratic leader. That worked out okay. So I know we don't know who the next leader of Iran will be, but here's what I can freaking guarantee you. Can't be worse than what MBS called
you said this
the
last
Ayatollah Hitler.
I hear you.
But-
I got you.
Okay.
I know what you're saying.
Do you think there's
That's
anybody
not how
worse than the
this works.
Ayatollah?
I'm not you're talking to the wrong guy here, bro.
So which one is it, though?
No, but you need somebody to rally behind.
That's it. Okay.
You need somebody to give the freaking rally cry.
You would know better than me. The rally cry is freedom.
No,
No,
it
Adam.
is. No, you're right. It is. But someone needs to sell that.
Okay, well, you're telling me there's not one Iranian person that they respect and they can lead them? Is that what we're saying?
Let me ask you a question. When Argentina was going through the mess of being a freaking socialistic country, and at one point being known as what? The Paris of whatever, Buenos Aires was known as a Paris of, what did
South
it call
America,
it? South America,
yes.
right? What happened? What caused us to be interested in Argentina?
What, Eva Perón singing Crimea River?
No,
whatever
it's
she was
called
singing?
Afuera, Afuera, Afuera.
Oh, that was
Milei.
75 years later.
Bukele. But the point is, you need a vocal leader. You need somebody that's selling it, that's going out there campaigning, sitting in front of media, telling what's going on. Who is that person? How do we not know that person in Iran right now?
Well, because they can't speak up in Iran because they'd be probably hung from with a noose.
Musk just gave him Starlink.
Okay.
But that's not even a point. It's not even a point. Even with that, somebody...
You tell me, who's the leader?
If I don't know, that's
he
the
doesn't have-
problem.
but they don't know.
But that's
You
a
can't
you
just-
problem,
but
not a
Adam-
me
but
problem.
Adam, you just kill
no,
everyone.
I get what you're saying.
Are you trying to tell me that?
No, that's not what I'm saying to
I've
you.
met so many Persian
This has nothing to
leaders,
do-
entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
smart people.
Oh yeah, they're going to take over
people that-
Iran, Adam.
Yeah, they're
an
maybe
entrepreneur
from
is
the
gonna lead
outside.
country.
This has-
Excuse me for a second. You would know better than me. Where did the Ayatollah? Where was he living when he was implanted in 1979?
Thank you.
Was he not in
I
Paris?
thank you for saying that.
they not bring him
I
in?
appreciate you for saying that. I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that. You know what happened in the streets of Iran? Do you know in the streets of Iran, he would send cassette tapes in. And the guy that I had on the podcast that was the founder of IRGC with Khamenei, he was the one that would record the tape. He's the first voice in the cassette tapes.
Gotcha.
The guy that was sitting here. He's introducing Khomeini, edifying Khomeini. The tapes would come to Iran, and you know what people were doing all day, every day for months at a time? Because back in the days, it would take a while to do. They're recording tapes and say, pass it out. They're recording tapes, pass it out. Recording tapes, pass it out. Millions. You know how long it takes to dub tapes back in the days? Because it was only 2. Boom, 45 minutes, go. Boom. So you have hundreds of those machines in a place, and they're just going like this, go. Going like this, go. How long does that take? How long does that take?
Years.
And every time he would give the speech, boom, propaganda. But there was a vocal leader who was in France that was screaming and saying, the Shah is taking all your money. If I come back to Iran, I'll give you free rice, I'll give you free electricity, I'll give you free home. He was full of shit. But he said all that stuff because he was a vocal leader. The Iranian people are like sitting there saying, watching all these people become rich in Iran. They're like, yeah, maybe that's going to happen. That guy right there. Mohsen Sazeh, he was the voice of that tape. So yes, you're right. There needs to be a voice. By the way, you know how quick that person can rise? Like this. That person can rise very quickly. But the way that person needs to do it, guess where that person needs to go? He needs to go and sit in front of 200 meetings like this, in front of camera. You just heard MBS. He said what? He gave his position. Here's how he feels about Iran. Oh, shit, I didn't know he was going to be that strong about it.
He called Ayatollah Hitler.
But at
That's
least...
MBS saying this.
And guess what? Who's doing
Do
that?
you believe him or not?
Someone from Iran needs to be doing that. They don't have that leader.
Can I make a friendly suggestion?
Sure, of
and
course.
come at me? Either Reza Pahlavi is the guy, or move the flip on and nominate someone else. Because if you're trying to rally around a leader, either
people
you're
agree
the
with
guy or you're not the guy.
A lot of people agree with
You're
you.
the guy or you're not the guy.
A lot of people agree
Because the
with you.
Ayatollah, when he came in 1979, he said, I'm the guy. And everyone said, okay, let's
Yeah,
rally around
you're
this
right.
guy. Either the Shah's son needs to step the flip up and be the guy,
A lot of people
or
feel-
go nominate someone else and rally around him.
Well, guess what?
Enough's enough.
and-
Because you don't want to have Israel be the person that puts
got you.
your next leader in charge.
I got you.
Pick your leader,
All right.
and Israel do your dirty work.
Let's go to the next story. Because guess what? We tried for an hour, folks. I know we disappointed you. We were not able to solve the world.
I think we were. I think we
We almost
were.
had it. I thought we almost had it,
I
but we
think we're a
failed
little bit closer.
again. We failed again. Maybe one of these days we'll figure this stuff out, but who knows? Till then, we're going to keep talking freely and seeing what direction we can go with this. All right, so
Can't
next
talk
thing here.
freely in Iran. I know that.
Can you run a poll, Rob? Run a poll, say how many of you guys would like to see us do a case study of sending Adam to Iran for a week? And you know, maybe he goes
Can I
as a
guess
street
that?
team.
95% are going to say yeah. 95.
It's just a poll. I mean, if
do
the poll
Why
is
don't we send
really
Vinny, who
above
is Iranian?
90+%,
I'm a Syrian. I'm a Syrian.
Would you
Isn't
like
your
to
mom
see
from Iran?
Adam go to
Still a
Iran?
Syrian.
And I don't know if you ran the poll yet or not,
It's
Rob.
running right now.
Let's
He'll need
see
a
how many
disguise.
people vote.
When
Adam,
the
how many
supreme leader,
disguise?
a.k.a.
I don't
Adolf
know.
Hitler,
Adam,
is
you have
running
no-
Iran,
no
I have
idea
no
how many
interest.
people
we
say
disguise
that.
I'm gonna go to
Adam?
the next story.
Let's
I'm
send
gonna go to
Ricky
the next
back to
story.
Mexico.
For those of you guys that love business and you're super competitive, and I'm talking like a psycho competitor, you're somebody that wants to win at the highest level, and you know how challenging business is, that if you don't get your act right, somebody else is going to take your business away from you. This is when we're hosting our annual conference that's coming up here in September called the Vault Conference. We're expecting 12,000 people there, but one of the most exciting pieces of merch that guys wear who run, but you have to be bold to do this. Not for everybody. If you're a nice person, if you're sweet, if you're somebody that's always worried about what other people think, you walk on eggshells, this merch isn't for you. But if you're somebody that's tough, strong, you understand how hard business is, you understand that the real game of capitalism is super competitive, our official line of Business is War is back with some
Nice.
items here. Hat, straight up Business is War. You can get this one or the black one with white silver that says Business is War. On the bottom, it says Future Looks Bright. Rob, if you want to play the clip of this new merch that just got launched, go ahead, Rob. So funny because of what's going on right now. This couldn't be more accurate than what it is today.
Hell yeah.
Right? Because it literally is today. The market is changing, and those who realize there's war for market share, there's war for a lot of different things. So here's what we're doing. Anybody that places an order right now, go back, Rob, to that last picture that you had. Anybody that does gets that Businesses War sticker, which is going to be sick. Put it on your iPad, put it on your, different places you can put that on. And anybody that places a over $100 merch, you get Businesses War mug that goes with it. So go to vtmerch.com, place your order. Rob, can you go to the homepage of VT? Right there. You see that? Click on it. Get the shirt, get the hat, get the collection. Shop now. If it isn't for you, somebody that runs a business you love, a family member, husband, sister, friend, get it for them. Send it to them. They will love it. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.